Xenia community, on behalf of the City Council and staff of the City of Xenia, we wanted to provide some information and updates on our local response to the COVID-19 situation. We are faced with some uncertainty and certainly an unprecedented situation to deal with, but we're extremely confident knowing the quality of folks that we have among our staff that are hired to work for you. It's the desire of the City of Xenia to be as transparent, as timely, as comprehensive and accurate as we can be when providing information to you about how your city is responding to the situation. So we'll take a few minutes here today to give that information to you, and we'll continue to push updates out through our social media, website, whatever means we have available to us to be sure that you're updated with the information that we have as soon as we get it and can get it out to you. So allow me to go through some items that we've been made aware of that folks are questioning, concerned about, and provide some answers and some direction on some of those issues. The first item is curfews. There are no curfews that have been established in the City of Xenia. A week ago, the council did authorize the city manager, myself, to take administrative action to be able to implement a state of emergency for our community. We do that for a variety of reasons, including making federal and state aid and resources available to us. It also gives us the latitude to operate much more flexibly so that if we do face some dire circumstances, which we may or may not, that we have the ability to adjust to circumstances as we need to. So we want to stress there's no curfew for our community and no discussions of a curfew for our community. You're free to go about your business and take care of the things that you need to take care of. But again, in compliance with CDC recommendations as well as the Ohio Department of Health, we recommend that you stay home to the extent that you're able, take care of your family, and just try to avoid contact with others socially in the public so that we can slow the spread of this virus. Second, we want to address water supply. We'll be putting out some special video messaging regarding our water supply, but we want to assure you that the water is safe. We follow very strict standards through the Ohio Environmental Protection Agency. We've taken all the necessary steps and precautions to make sure that your water supply is safe, and then we have operators who will be available at our plant to continue that operation uninterrupted. So we feel very confident that your water service will be maintained, and you can rest assured when you turn the tap on at home that the water that you're drinking, the water you're providing for your kids will be safe. Third, the municipal court is an operation that has to remain in operational form. The municipal court, as directed by the Ohio Supreme Court, does have to continue its services. However, they have substantially modified their hours and their services, again, to protect their employees and to minimize the risk of spreading the COVID-19 virus among folks who would visit the court. We encourage you to check out our social media as well as the municipal court's webpage for information on changes to their operation. It's important that you're made aware that if you need to participate in the court services, that you know what you need to do for those services. Next, we want to talk about other services with the City of Xenia. We have, of course, closed our facilities to the public, which means our fire station, our justice center, with the exception of the court, and the administration building are closed to the public at this time. We've taken that step, again, to protect our employees, to ensure that we can still provide the services in the background and that we're not spreading this virus any more than we absolutely need to. We do have staff that are working a platoon schedule so that we are able to continue all of our core operations. So you may see some activity in the building, but we are not open to the public at this time. It's important to point out that our other essential services, our fire and EMS, 911 communications, police, as well as public service, are all still active and providing services as they normally would. Our public service department is operating under an amended schedule, but again, that's just to ensure that we have some continuity should members of that workforce get sick. Fire, police, communications are operating with normal staffing, normal conditions, and will do so up to the point, if we face some more dire circumstances, that they need to make some adjustments. And by the way, we want to just put a huge shout out and thanks to all of our employees, public service, public safety, our administrative staff. They work hard for you every day. They're doing a great job in the midst of these circumstances. So again, give them a shout out, show them that you love them. Next, we want to talk about supply chain. Will you have the ability to get the food and the medications and the essentials you need? As of the governor's press briefing today, supply chains are running full capacity to provide resources and replenishment back to our local grocery stores, pharmacies, and so forth. There are no intentions at the state level, certainly not at the local level here in Xenia, to restrict access to grocery stores and drugstores, those types of retailers. Folks need to be able to eat. You need your medications, especially if you're not feeling well. So again, we encourage you to be prudent in how you're going out to access those services, but those services are remaining open to you. So make sure that you're aware of that. Finally, we want to encourage you to support your local restaurants. We understand that some of you may be at home not working right now. Maybe you don't have the ability to eat out, but for those of you that do, we encourage you to try to continue to support your local restaurants. They're facing a tough time right now too, so we want to show them a little bit of love. We have some great local restaurants here in Xenia, so we encourage you to support those local restaurants. One last note that I'll just touch on, we are still actively trying to address the income tax filing situation. Again, pursuant to some state law that's gone into effect over the last 2 years, we don't necessarily have unilateral local control on the filing deadline. So the City of Xenia, as well as cities across the state, are continuing to put pressure on our state legislature and state leaders to take action to extend that filing deadline, and that's what we recommend they do. At this point in time, they haven't done that, so the filing deadline is in place, but again, we are working toward a solution with them that would extend that deadline. That's all the updates we have for you now. I just want to leave you with a word of encouragement. Since the day I became part of the Xenia community, since the day I joined the Xenia staff, I've always been tremendously impressed with the resiliency that this community demonstrates, the sense of community that the folks in Xenia have. You always rise to the challenge, you support each other. It's part of what makes living in Xenia so endearing. I'm proud to say I'm a Xenian, proud to be part of the community, and I'm proud to know that this too shall pass and that we'll overcome this as our communities overcome things in the past. As always, if you have questions, feel free to contact the City Manager's Office or Christina Schaefer in the Public Relations Department. We'll try to get answers to questions, and we'll continue to push out videos and other information pieces on social media, again, so that as we get information that we can share, we'll share it to you and you're kept updated. Please keep your family safe, keep yourself safe, and God bless.